It's a far journey from the seasons of Russia, though one native from the small village of Orotukin found a way to separate from the pack. Man and beast have long quarreled for supremacy since our primitive existence. But Swedish psychiatrist Axel Munthe once stated, "The wild, cruel beast is not behind the bars of the cage, he is in front of it." Today's beasts come hidden in disguises of modern men, warriors with reckless abandon, some ruling with sheer force and savage brutality, while others use cunning intellect, trickery, and manipulation, both physically and mentally. At the American Boxing Club in Boca Raton, Florida, you'd be hard-pressed to find fighters that train there with the intent of conforming to one or the other. It's home to fighters that opt to learn and deliver in every aspect of the sweet science.
Who do you want after this fight, Tim?
Triple G.
Yes.
I have to pay it back.
Yes. Payback.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
That's the truth.
And that's the truth.
It's not a lie.
Can he whoop you?
I whip his ass.
That's right.
Los Angeles, HBO boxing analyst Max Kellerman. Max, Gennady Golovkin's promoter makes a provocative statement saying that the matchup between Golovkin and Martin Murray is actually the two best legitimate middleweights in the world. What do you think?
Well, Golovkin seems to be the best middleweight in the world. I think Matt Korobov and especially Peter Quillen might both be favored against Martin Murray and Miguel Cotto.
Is it hard to be that way in Russia? You know, you popular, everybody recognize you. It's hard to be like that, especially, I don't know. Here it's easy because it's more respectable, you know. Here it's easy for me, you know, I live here in Florida, and Miami is like more Russian community, but it's still I kind of disappear, you know. I like that way, you know. It's keep me work, keep me focused on my things with my team, nobody bothering us, you know. I like that way. To be the world champion, that's my goal, that's my dream, you know. And December 13, my dream come true. I have a great opportunity for my life since I was kid, you know. My Holyfield, my legend, you know. When I was kid and I was watching the fight and I was dreaming about like one day I will be there. And there it is. The things come, you know.
I want to know who's next?
Triple G.
That's right.
Yeah, I gotta pay off.
Yeah.
It's like, actually 10 years ago I lost him.
By points.
By points, yeah. But we're gonna win, no doubt. No points.
No points.
KO.
Here. You know what I mean? That's what happens sometimes. Some of them guys get a towel and some mints and they coach. They don't really strategize.
I've been in there.
Like they call it
Studying, overtraining, like getting the brain.
Right.
I'm like, I gotta dig super deep now.
Yeah, to find it. Because you left it all here. So if you work with stuff, it'll become habit. And then you're supposed to put the wars in the fight.
Real training, right?
Yeah, you put a war in the ring. Now, the old guy taught me that, and I said, I'm gonna ride with that.
Yeah, that's real training.
I'm a realist when it comes down to this sport. I physically can go through those changes of throwing punches and counter punches. So I believe in having good defense, good offense, good counter, good feet, good eyes, good health, and you can be a good athlete in the sport. I don't believe in killing in here, which I learned that from Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson told me, or I read, that if you're sparring and you're knocking your sparring partner out, you're not getting any work. When it comes down to fight time, it'll be done. Even you'll be done because you're leaving your fight right here. You're not supposed to leave your fight in the ring. You're supposed to practice your sport in the ring. Football players do the same thing. They go through the reacting of everything when snatch, and they're hitting and going through the motions. You're supposed to do that in training, and then you gradually graduate to a high, intense punching situation.
This is the reason why I call him Moses. You know why? Because he walks on water when he boxes. You see that guy? He be like this, look.
I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to make a way for him not to be That's the Bible. The will to win. The will to live.
Though the gym takes on a relaxed, jovial tone to start the day, each individual knows which role is theirs to play in getting the results needed for the December 13th clash with Andy Lee. Sparring is set to be the main course on the menu for today's noon workout. Korobov has sought out sparring partners for this camp and has been able to get sparring with a 6-foot-tall southpaw from Brooklyn. Led by his boxing and strength and conditioning coaches, Charles Mooney and Matty Cedrone make sure he gets the sparring he needs when he needs it.
To the body, yeah.
That's what I'm looking for, Matvey. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay. Come on, get it back. Hey, beautiful time. Yeah. Beautiful. Very good. Beautiful. I'm done. You say I'm back.
He finishes 8 rounds with his first sparring partner. As they each enjoyed the work one another provided, all is not done though, as Korobov is set to spar a couple more rounds before moving on to more gym work.
That was a good game, right? Good. How was the place y'all at? Now, my friend, that was the same thing. Just jumping the bag. You don't talk to me.
Put the brake lights on for Reno.
The boxing gym serves its purpose for today as Korobov sharpens his tools and deepens his arsenal. For what beasts will stand before him are unknown, but he looks to prey upon the WBO title and slay whatever obstructs his path to becoming champion, by any means necessary. Some will fold under the bright lights and drown in deep water. But the next morning, Korobov hits the lanes half an hour north at 6 a.m.
In swimming, this is the only sport where you are not breathing unimpeded. You have to really control your breathing, and so it really, really helps him in his endurance cardiovascularly because this is also another medium. So you can have a great athlete in a new sport, in this sport, and just get totally winded. It's very humbling, but it helps for all other sports because it gives you such cardiovascular improvement. We do the same effort in swimming, but we use about, I don't know what the statistic was, but a 1/5 or 1/8 of the oxygen. So it really forces them to not only improve their lung capacity and cardiovascular, but it makes them think about how they're breathing. So when he's in the ring or when you're playing tennis or whatever it is, you tend to hold your breath. You know, when you're doing something, exerting, this makes you very aware because you don't think about it when you're running or when you're boxing or when you're playing tennis, you know? But when you're swimming, you have to. So this is a wonderful way of doing that. It also stretches him out. It's no impact, so it's really good for that because it gives him a break from all the high impact stuff he does in the gym, running, boxing, sparring, so that's also really good. And And we'll do wind sprints too, so that helps, and no breathers and things like that to extend it and to make him last longer in the ring. And it really has worked. It really has improved him.
Okay. Okay.
So nice. Just swim and stretch it out. There you go. Oh, nice. There you go. Nice and long. Stretch it out. Paddles do two things. Paddles really, because you're pulling so much more water, it really works your arms. Okay, number one. Number two, by having paddles on, it forces you to put your hands, it forces you to do the right stroke and the right pull. Because if you put it in wrong, you'll just slide and slip. You know what I mean? So it forces you to put your hand position correctly. But it's also a really good upper body workout. Because he's been sparring, he's already sore. I'm not doing a lot of it today. No, I'm gonna force you to do a sprint. We're gonna do 425. So you do the no breathing. What?
You won't kill me today.
I won't kill you today? Oh, and then I hear from Maddie that you felt great. You tell me you're yeah. I'm gonna kill you today. No, I'm not gonna kill you today. But I just want to see where you are and how you feel and open it up. So 25 Yeah, so we started training together 15 months ago. Oh. And then he takes a rest, and then the season, his new bout starts, and he starts again. Every time, between every break, when we start up again, he seems to get it back faster and faster. You know, at first it was a real slow progression, and I could see the improvement at the end of a couple of months. Now it's a couple of sessions, and he's already got it, cardiovascularly and endurance-wise. Yeah. Okay. Yo, baby. Good job.
Wow.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
He completes his first swimming session of this training camp under the close eye of his most supportive figure, his father. A former fighter of 10 years, he is present at nearly every training session that takes place for his son, and can also account for sending Matvey to sports camp in Moscow when he was 13 years of age.
Okay.
Irish.
Irish?
Yeah.
An Irish fighter. And what is his record?
It's a good record.
Yeah.
Guy, good guy.
Yeah.
Used to swim in Russia, so it was good prepare for my first national championship, so I'm kind of used to it. I like it. It's great. You know, swim is the best for me as a boxer. You know, I feel it, so I like it. Plus, I like the coach, the way we find a way to train, and she's motivate me as well, teach me some things about the breathing, the mind. So when you like tired or whatever, you know. So it's good, like in mentality, you know.
After this workout, he heads home to rest before getting back to work in the gym later. This is just another normal day of training for Korobov. Meanwhile, some of the younger fighters are training at ABC, as they hope and aspire to reach the heights Matvey has.
Get the camera on that man right there. And the new 132 pound champion.
Now he's one of the guys, you know, he's one of them. He's on his way.
It's tough to find shortcuts in boxing. It's some of the most blue-collar work one could find. Dedicating themselves to the aspect of danger, yet hoping to propel their names to validation amongst the world's greatest pugilists. To cement their legacies in the sport so few dare to pursue.
We want Triple G. We gonna knock him to flip out. I'm clean with that. My boxing career started in my basement. I used to watch Saturday night and Tuesday night fights, and everybody else would be outside playing or going doing something. I would be in the basement of my house. And my mother recognized that I was enthused about boxing. She threw some gloves down in the basement. I would take the gloves and I'd shadow box and copy what was going on TV. And so I started bringing guys from my school that they says, "Oh, you boxing now?" I said, "Yeah, I box now, man." I told them about the gloves and stuff. And this big guy named Bernard Brooks, he was about tall as all the teachers in school. You know, that's how tall. So I brought Bernard down to the basement, clipped him for the first time, and he went down, and he was like 6'1", and I was
not 6'1".
Not 6'1". Come on, Matvey. Come on, Matvey, get it. Ah. Half a target. Come on, Fee. Almost, one more time. I joined the Army in 1970.
Oh.
Yeah. So I started in the basement, like I said, and then we started taking it to the neighborhood. And then I took up Taekwondo since I couldn't find anything boxing. My mother said, take Taekwondo. That didn't last long. I liked because Bruce Lee was my hero. Then Muhammad Ali became my hero. And then Sugar Ray Robinson was my hero. So I wanted to do all of that. So I took what I saw. I'm crazy like that. I can watch it and I can do it. And so I took it to the neighborhood and then took it to the Army camp. When I went through basic training, the guy says, I was shadow boxing by myself. I said, "You box?" I said, "Yes." First I qualified. I got chosen to go to Fort Bragg.
Okay.
Because I looked pretty good as a bantamweight in Panama City. So I was the best in that weight class to represent Panama. So I went to an Army base that was in Panama. So I went to Fort Bragg, got my first win. They kept me. I got my first win, and I got a silver medal in inner service. That means I got second place in all the branches of the service. Wow. And then I went to the Nationals, all that first year.
Whoa! 2%.
Keep the world title. Defended about 4 or 5 times. Get me a couple of amateur champions. Have me another world champion. Do it till I die. Love it. Love the sport.
If Mooney's going to get his fighters to defend and win titles, he's going to do so alongside strength and conditioning coach Matty Cedrone. After getting his start working with Jamil McCline, he's been a go-to for strength and conditioning among some of the top fighters in both boxing and mixed martial arts. He also just happens to own American Boxing Club. He credits many other trainers such as Jimmy Glenn, Chris Bird, Stacy McKinley, and a host of more for helping mold his style of training. Cedrone values organization and structure as being key ingredients to his fighters' success.
Rock it back. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, back. We all want to get you out drinking one night. I don't have to drink. You got to drink. Strong dog. Hey, leave the ribs alone. Leave the leg. Like this, eh? Woo! Look out! Andy Lee! Ah! Woo! See you do this. Boom! That's that though. Oh, shit. Sorry. Alright. You want to help up? That matter with the love. What? That was the love.
Most would well think of the beach as a relaxing getaway, a place for peace of mind, less stress, sanctuary from the chaotic pace of daily life. Clouds hovering the gorgeous Florida skyline suggest it will be the perfect morning to kick back, enjoy some sunlight, and enjoy the presence of others, or even escape into a captivating novel, preferring solitude over the former. The sound of waves gently crashing to the shoreline, the feel of sand creating a custom Tempur-Pedic support, with every step taken or bed created under the sun, all represent what beaches serve to provide: rest. After a grueling conditioning workout held last night at ABC Boxing, it's another early, windy morning at 6 a.m. in Delray, and Maddie and Matt have plenty of work to complete for the day's morning session. And despite the hoopla over who's in the opposing corner, both Matts are looking to complete a mission, and if sacrificing rest on the beach for relentless work on the beach is the case, then so be it.
It's tough enough not to peak a fighter too soon. When you know from point A when you start a camp, and you know exactly what point B is on fight night. This camp, we've changed 4 opponents, 4 different dates, so it's been a scramble. We've really had to kind of just use the eyeball test, watching him and knowing him the way we do, to try and gauge where he's at and then predict where he's going to be at in 6 weeks. Not easy to do, but I think we got a pretty good grasp on it, and he'll be ready. In general, from a boxing style standpoint, all that amateur stuff, touch and go, touch and run around the ring is for the most part gone. He's sitting there working from the pocket. He's comfortable working from the pocket, where when I started with him a little over 3 years ago, he wasn't comfortable. He would do it, but he clearly wasn't comfortable. He'd like to take, get his punches off, take a walk, and kind of reset. Now he's ready to go. He's ready to engage all times, like I said, from in the pocket. And the pro style right now, he's really taken to it. Like I said, he's comfortable doing it, and that's the style we're gonna fight on December 13th. Well, this right here, the main, definitely his cardio, no doubt, but really his feet, his change of direction. You move shadow box like this in the sand, you get on solid ground. It's like you're on roller skates. You know what I mean? Everything working his leg muscles, everything that moves him around, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how hard you punch, how fast your hands are. Your feet put your hands in position to land punches. So if you ain't got the feet to get you where you need to get to land punches, the skill set you go with your hands is really a moot point. So this really, like I said, is giving him the ability to get where he wants, when he wants in that ring, and do what he's got to do. Like I said, I've been doing this for 12 years with, a number of world champions, guys at a high level, and nobody has everything the way he has. Like I said, physically, mentally, spiritually, in terms of ambition. And a lot of people have ambition, but not everyone's willing to do everything necessary to see that play out. He's extremely focused. He knows what he wants. He's been that way since he was 7 years old on the Russian national team. He's lived it his whole life. You know, so for him, this is just, it's another day. You know, he doesn't look at himself like I'm doing anything special, or doing anything extraordinary. To him, this is who I am. This is what I do. There's only one way to do it. That's the right way, and that's pretty much sums up Matvey Korobov. Absolutely, I definitely think it sets the table, sets the tone, and I think everybody, you know, kind of falls in and realizes that this is the way to do it. There's no need for any attitude, any ego, all that stuff. Look, once the bell rings, all that, you know, machismo and all that stuff and ego and all the talk, it means absolutely nothing. You know, so I think, at least in my gym, outside of the ring, we kind of play that way as well. Everyone has fun together. No one's trying to show anyone up. No one's trying to hurt anybody during sparring, and it's about making everyone better, you know? Yeah. And this story's about me, all right?
So how was that run, though?
Not bad for the first time.
Yeah.
Not bad for
I thought
21 years old man.
Oh, man.
But man.
I thought you was going to run to the car.
Yeah. He's running home, though. He's pulling the car. We'll put a harness on his back. He's gonna pull. I want to save gas. Gas prices are crazy right now. He's my engine right there, the Russian engine.
Yeah. Real fucking Ruski.
Real fucking Ruski.
Matty has him finish his last couple sets of sprints in order to complete the morning session.
Good time, man. Good time. When he showers, though, he's got 10-pound dumbbells taped to a bar of soap. That's how I do it. He brushes his teeth. You got a 45-pound plate hanging. Get out of the way. You don't own the beach.
Nobody knows the nature of beasts. They're unpredictable and non-negotiable. Some will attack out of fear. Others will go on the offensive, priding themselves on control and conquering the lesser. In a sport where immense savagery is a dietary means, there's no time to find out whether one wants to be a normal man or cross that thin line into a barbaric severance of what was once an ordinary human being, and instead, a creature built on survival that's willing to take primal measures to defend what's theirs or take what they so desire. Sometimes desperation can affect the odds of predicted outcomes. While one man's journey comes to a crossroads, the other man's comes at the desperation to prove he belongs. Two men will enter the ring December 13th as mere humans. One will leave as something more.
Whoa!